Parents, are you worried that your teen's recent SAT score isn't enough to get them into their dream colleges? In this video, I'll show you exactly how your teen can use my 3-step framework, the SAT Trifecta, to dominate their next exam. If you want some real actionable steps that you can do right now to improve your teen's SAT score, comment below this video with their current score and I'll personally reach out to you guys. Okay? For those of you guys who don't know me yet, my name is Jared Wynn over at geometrygurus.com, and I've helped hundreds of students increase their scores so that they can go to whatever college they want or qualify for whatever scholarships that they need. Okay? In every single video that I post, I give you guys one actionable step to help your teen increase their SAT score at home. Okay? With that being said, let's get straight into it, guys. Okay? If you guys are not happy with the way your teen scored on their latest diagnostic or their latest SAT, I have a simple 3-step framework that every single one of my students does, and I want to share it to you guys for absolutely free. Okay? Step number 1 is what we call in the learning the SAT Trifecta. We call this here diagnose and enhance. Okay? So diagnose and enhance. And you're going to see that this is a cyclic nature. It's going to start from step 1 and move all the way around to step 3 and then back to step 1 again. I recognize that the light makes it a little bit hard to see, but that says diagnose and enhance. Okay? What we do in step 1 is if you're not happy with your current SAT score, what we do is we do a complete diagnostic on you so we can see exactly where your teen is the weakest or the strongest. Okay? By knowing exactly where your teen is actually going to be the weakest, we can develop them a very easy to follow step-by-step roadmap so that we can get them the most benefit in the shortest amount of time. Because here's where a lot of students go wrong. A lot of students, they're not happy with their SAT score, so they try to study everything, okay, rather than just focusing on where exactly they're the weakest. That's the whole point of doing diagnosing and enhancing, so we can figure out where are you guys actually the weakest. Okay, and when I say weakest, there's 2 criteria for this. It's typically, hey, which questions is your teen, which of the 64 concepts, there's 64 concepts, which of the 64 concepts are you getting wrong every single time you're taking a diagnostic? And most importantly, which questions are you spending too much time on? Okay, those are the 2 biggest ones. And the secret killer of SAT scores are the ones that your teen is getting correct every single time, but is spending way too much time on. Okay, that's something that other SAT platforms, other SAT programs, that, for example, the Blue Book, they don't tell you that information. They don't tell you which of the 64 concepts that your teen needs to work on. They don't tell you which ones you're spending too much time on. Okay, or most importantly, they're not telling you which ones you're getting right and missing. Or you're not getting right and you're spending too much time on, okay? Because even if you're getting it right, if you're spending too much time with it, it's not exactly a strength anymore. It's a weakness now, okay? So that's what the most important thing is, okay? Let me put it this way, guys. If you burned your hand, would you bandage your entire body? No, it's just your hand that hurts. So that's why step 1 is so important. Step number 2 is what we call here apply and practice. Okay, apply and practice. So this is why step number 1 is so important. Once we have a clear idea of where exactly your teen needs the most help, we're going to give them, you're supposed to give them real SAT problems that mimic the same exact weaknesses that your teen is facing right now. Okay, so the ones that they're spending too much time on, the ones that they're missing over and over again, or maybe just concepts they haven't seen in a while, we want to make sure we're using real SAT problems that mimic those exact weaknesses. Okay, now that part's pretty straightforward. Okay, we do that with, you can do that a few ways. You can use that, you can use Khan Academy, right? Or Khan Academy isn't great for that. I'm talking about free stuff. Khan Academy, College Board Blue Book, and the College Board Question Bank. This is a good place to do it if you're looking for free. Okay, now step number 3 is what we call here simulate success. Simulate success. This is actually the most important part of the entire SAT trifecta, because you don't know how many times I talk to a parent and they're like, Jared, we took the Blue Book exam and we got a 1500 on it, but then when we took the actual exam, we got a 1250. Yeah, you want to know why? It's because you are not simulating success. You are not practicing your teen is not practicing the SAT environment in a test-like environment which actually models the actual difficulty of the real SAT. Okay, and I have a lot of ways. I have a lot of things that cover the simulate success portion of the trifecta. You can watch that on my YouTube channel, or you can watch that on my Facebook group. But we want to make sure that we are eliminating test anxiety, and we're building our test confidence. What's the best way to build test confidence? What's the best way to build to reduce that anxiety? Is to practice the same exam, same difficulty and format over and over and over again. I'm not saying do this just for practice problems. I'm sorry, just for practice tests. I'm saying every single time that you guys are practicing the SAT, or your team is practicing the SAT, you got to make sure that they're in a timed environment with the same format of the actual exam, even if you're just doing regular practice. Okay, so I go into a depth for every single one of these steps on my YouTube channel or my Facebook group. If you guys have any questions on where we can find some more information on these things, all you need to do is ask me. Again, I have trainings for every single one of them. I'm just trying to give you guys a broad overview on how exactly you're supposed to have your team practice. Now, if you want to turbocharge this routine, what we have here is what we call here the winning environment. Okay, the winning environment. Okay, let me put it this way, family. Let's say your team is going to climb out Mount Everest. Where do you think they're going to be best at? You think they're going to be the best by themselves, right, going up that mountain by themselves, or do you feel like they're going to be better off in a winning environment where everyone wants the same goals as them, right, and they all have the same passions to get to that top? Right? Obviously, you're going to feel better in the second one, okay? So that's why it's so important to be in a winning environment with other like-minded students so that they can get that drive, those habits that they need. Because let me put it this way. If your team saw somebody else with the same exact problems as them when they first started, if your team sees that type of person succeed, someone who's just like them, what do you think that does for your team? It's going to be like, hey, I can do that too. Okay, so that's why it's so important to be in that winning environment. Okay, so guys, let me give you guys one more roundabout, right? Now, of course, you're not going to be able to diagnose and enhance everything all at once. Okay, so there's going to be some holes here and there, and obviously, because you didn't diagnose everything the first time around, the second time around, you're going to be having some more holes right there. And then, of course, when you come around to simulate success, that's just going to expose some more weaknesses, okay? So this SAT Trifecta is not meant just to be done once, guys. It's supposed to be done multiple times, okay? So, you can't just go through the Trifecta one time and be like, oh, I'm going to score 1,500, or my team is going to score 1,500. It doesn't work that way, okay? Every single time you go through the trifecta, every single time you figure out your new weaknesses, because your weaknesses evolve as you get better, every time you practice those new weaknesses, and every time you simulate success for those weaknesses, you're going to expose some new weaknesses, or you might gloss over what you missed the first time. So that's the reason why we need to go over and over and over again. We just need to go ahead and plug the holes right here. Plug the holes right here. Okay, every single time we do it, we plug the holes. Okay, until you actually finish getting the exam scores that you're wanting, so you can go to whatever college that you want. Okay. All right, guys, this is a broad overview again on the learning trifecta. I will make sure if you guys are wanting some more information on the learning trifecta, or you want to know how you can better apply it to your team, again, all you need to do is send me a direct message or comment below this video, and I'll personally reach out to you guys. Okay. I hope that this overview was helpful. If you got, again, you do this over and over and over again, you're going to get results that you're wanting, okay? Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next live stream. Bye.